Hello students, this is Bashir Ahmed Gojri, this time with a presentation about Rise of Nationalism in India. This topic is mentioned in the history book of class 8th and the name of the chapter is The National Movement 1870s to 1947. British Imperialism. This made geographical unification of country possible. Before the advent of British, the people of South were usually separated from the rest of India except for short intervals. The British imperialism made the people to think as one nation. Influence of Western civilization. The contacts with European countries influenced Indians immensely. The 19th century in Europe was the century of nationalism and liberalism. The Indians came to learn their lessons from the Europeans on both these ideologies. Indians imbibed the ideas of nationalism and liberalism from Western countries, particularly from Germany, Italy, Greece, and Belgium. Besides this, the idea of Western thinkers, namely Machiavelli, Burke, Bentham, Mill, Spencer, Rousseau, and Voltaire, also inspired and encouraged the ideas of independence among Indians. Spread of English education. There was a rapid spread of English education in India, especially after the revolt of 1857. The study of political classics of English literature from Milton to Mill planted in the minds of English-educated Indians the seeds of liberalism in its two aspects, nationalism and democracy. Thus, with the spread of English education, the educated Indians gradually became politically conscious. The British introduced English language in India with their own selfish interests in mind. At the beginning, they mainly needed Indian clerks educated in English in order to strengthen their rule in India. English education also facilitated people of different provinces to come closer to one another. Thus, it helped in raising national feelings and political consciousness among the Indians. Development of means of communication. The introduction of telegraphs and railways in 1852 and 1853 respectively gave India swift means of transport and communication. The modern means of communication shattered the age-old isolation of Indian villages, and the people of remote part had the opportunity to come closer to each other. They also promoted trade and commerce and helped people of different regions to develop social and intellectual intercourse. The new social and economic link removed their orthodox ways and made them conscious of their social disabilities. Thus, the improvements in the means of transport and communication also quickened the pace of nationalist movement in the country. The contribution of scholars. The study and publication of ancient Indian literature by scholars like Max Muller, Monier Williams, Colebrook, Ranade, Hari Prasad Shastri, Rajendra Lal Mitra, etc. revealed to the people of India the splendor of Sanskrit language and also inculcated among them a feeling of pride in their past and their faith in the future. The contribution of social and religious reformers. Religious and social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Keshav Chandra Sen, Debendranath Tagore, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami Vivekanand, and others left a tremendous influence on the people of India, and they inspired the countrymen to treasure the ideals of freedom and liberty. Influence of Western civilization. The 19th century in Europe was the century of nationalism and liberalism. The Indians came to learn their lessons from the Europeans on both these ideologies. Indians imbibed the ideas of nationalism and liberalism from the Western countries, particularly from Germany, Italy, Greece, and Belgium. Besides this, the ideas of Western thinkers like Machiavelli, Burke, Bentham, Mill, Spencer, Rousseau, and Voltaire also inspired and encouraged ideas of independence among the Indians. Spread of English language. There was a rapid spread of English education in India, especially after revolt of 1857. The second half of 19th century was a golden age of liberalism in Europe, particularly England. The study of political classics of English literature from Milton to Mill planted in the minds of English educated Indians the seeds of liberalism in its two aspects, nationalism and democracy. Thus, all these factors collectively gave rise to the nationalism in India. Thank you for watching this presentation. For more such presentations, stay tuned with my YouTube channel Bashir Gojri.